Hello again. The universe or deity of your choice brought you here because the algorithm sure didn't. After talking a bit about the socialists, the Nazis, all the people poisoning us, I think I want to spend a little time now talking about the nature of our existence and why we're here. Everyone with a soul, or rather, every soul is a piece, an extension of the Creator down into this lower dimension, which is why souls are immortal. They can't die because they are literally the Creator. And each one of us is the Creator as well. We're connected back up to at the very highest dimension. We all merge together into the Creator. But each progressive dimension that we descend down, we split and separate until we get all the way down here in this lower dimension, and the separation is palpable, and so much so that everyone with a soul can feel it. At the highest dimension, there's no matter. All it is pure energy and light, creator consciousness. With each successive dimension that we descend, the density increases until we get down here to where we're at here, where they've actually done scientific research. When someone dies, they know they lose a couple ounces of weight. That's the literal weight of your soul, which pales, of course, in comparison to a 150, 200-pound body. But that gives you a rough idea of that energetic or soul body ratio to your physical body. So why are we down here? Well, without getting too deep into it, we're down here to free our fellow beings and Jia, the Earth, from the energy parasite matrix that the soulless have set up. They do not have souls, and of course, what that means is when they die, they simply cease to exist. They have nothing left to continue on. However, they can artificially extend their lives by stealing our soul energy, which is a crime against the Creator, against us, against the universe, against our sovereignty, which cannot be permitted to continue. And it is being, that system is being currently dismantled as we speak and will soon be gone. But they're desperate to perpetuate that matrix system, the energy parasite system. And so they're fighting back with what little they have left, which is, of course, to poison us, as I've previously alluded to, and to also to stoke as much fear as possible, because fear lowers our natural resonant frequency. The frequency that the Creator resonates at, the base frequency, is love, which is a very, very high frequency. But of course, fear, terror, pain, those things have a very low frequency. Anyway, we came down here to help free Jia in the world and our fellow souls that are trapped down here. In order to do that, we have to awaken and reconnect to our souls and to the Creator. Once we connect to our souls, we can connect all the way up to the very highest level of Creator consciousness. Although I have had that experience before, it's very difficult to maintain that connection at the highest level for very long. simply if no for no other reason than our perspective down here is extremely myopic, and we just can't conceive of that. However, much of that creator consciousness residual energy comes down here with us, even though it's in our subconscious. For instance, living in this world, you have to look out for yourself. No one else is going to do it. And you'll be taken advantage of if you're naive enough to give of yourself freely with no restrictions. But one of the reasons why this is prevalent with many individuals, and if you've run across some, it's very obvious whether you want to call them hippies or new age people or whatever, understand that in the higher dimensions, we are all interconnected. You would never do anything to someone else that it's harmful to them, because that harms you as well, because you're connected to them. So it's not even a matter of perspective. It's just you can't even conceive of doing something that's selfish or harmful, because why would you do that? You just wouldn't. Meanwhile, someone without a soul is the exact opposite. Why would you give of yourself freely? Why would you take the things that you've worked hard for and just give them randomly to people around you? They're going to try to steal that from you anyway, so you have to fight to keep it. And if you do give it to them, they're just going to double down and keep trying to take more and more and more until they suck you dry. So that's the opposing perspective. And of course, because we are now meeting, those of us with souls who are now down here meeting with the soulless, we need to take a balanced approach, which means we should be looking to share and uplift all those around us. However, you do have to safeguard, and you do have to take care of yourself first, because you can't give something that you don't have. So if you allow other people to suck you dry, that's it. You have nothing left to give. Now, I did say that many of us down here have souls. Many individuals do not have souls. Many individuals are born without souls, but there are some that are born with souls that lose their souls. Now, that is a slight misnomer, in that the soul itself does not cease to exist. However, when you behave in certain ways that are harmful to others or even harmful to yourself, you will offend your soul, which will then depart to higher dimensions, but it will leave your meat suit, your physical body, on its own. And then when that body dies, that's it, because the soul has already departed long before. Some of the things that offend your soul would be doing incredibly harmful things to others, whether that's murder, whether that's torture, killing babies, things of that sort. Other things would be rampant promiscuity, rampant drug use, things of that sort. Will offend your soul and can cause your soul to separate from you. Likewise, if you have lost your soul, or if you are born without one, you can gain a soul. You simply do that by serving those around you, service to others versus service to self. As I mentioned before, there is balance. You do have to provide for yourself at least the bare minimum requirements. But once you've done so, the more you serve others, the more you connect to your soul and to the Creator. And I know it sounds kind of contradictory, but someone who lives that kind of lifestyle will always be full of energy and creator consciousness. They literally cannot be that way, because any energy, any soul energy that they send out to those around them will be channeled. an increased soul energy will be channeled to them through the Creator. How can you tell if someone has a soul or if they don't? Well, um, you should experiment and you can determine your own criteria, but I have a few that I can share with you briefly in closing. One is your eyes are the gateway to the soul. And so you can literally just look in someone's eyes and you can tell if they have a soul. You can see the spark of that soul through their eyes. Likewise, you can look in someone's eyes and see that they're completely dead. Now, that doesn't always necessarily mean they have no soul, but at the very least, it means their soul is blocked. For instance, many big pharma drugs are specifically designed to break that connection with your soul. And if you've seen someone on Ritalin or those sorts of drugs, you can look into their eyes and see that they're dead and they're not there anymore. Of course, if you get them off of that and detox them, then they can reconnect to their soul. Although I'm sure there's much trauma that they may have to work through. Another way is that the eye test is something that you can tell fairly quickly. But if you're around them or around them for a longer period of time or have longer time to test them, you can just see how they behave. Someone who's narcissistic, who focuses only on themselves, who seeks to take from others, who feels entitled to take from others, those aren't things that someone with a soul does. Now, those can be learned behaviors. People who have experienced trauma often then perpetrate that trauma on others. Beat a man with a stick his whole life and then hand him a stick. What's he going to do with that stick? So once again, sometimes people behave in a manner as if they have no soul, and they're certainly disconnected from it, but they can break that programming with effort and then reconnect. Anyway, I just wanted to share a few of these, this message with you and share a few ideas. And certainly I just scratched the surface here and we'll share more later. But as always, remember, we're in the good fight, and V for victory.